But as I was saying, I had a gorgeous lady stop by last night, so I had to bail on the show. You know how that is. It's not too often.
You get a pass for that one.
Yeah, it's not too often I have ladies over, so. It's actually never, so.
Oh, good for you.
No, I had 2 over from work a while back until Mandy had to go to Target, so they had to leave.
These kids, he learned how to take the bus.
It's amazing. I just hope they don't have any grandkids. That's all I need. I'm already the world's worst father. What do you think I would be as a grandfather? The world's worst grandfather.
That'd be pretty good. Get enough practice at this point.
Yeah, maybe I'll have money by then. I can just buy him stuff. So the only win last week was the Buru. Still keeps Dan in the boat anchor chair with his lose at Jacksonville. I got my ass kicked by Indy. At home. Oh no, at Indy. What happened with, Jacksonville?
Well, Jacksonville turned into Jacksonville again. That was brutal, that game. Their quarterback had 2 penalties for throwing the ball past the line of scrimmage. You never see that penalty. Never does it. He did it twice in this game. That was pitiful. The Giants were pitiful. They didn't even show up until the fourth quarter of that game that they played. Tampa Bay got the curse of Matt Millen. He showed up, so that cursed them. Trying this again. Arizona is playing at St. Louis. This is a revenge game. St. Louis beat Arizona week 4, 24-22. But Arizona on the road, -4 at St. Louis. St. Louis has been absolutely awful recently. Nick Foles was benched, and then the other guy got concussed, so they put Nick Foles back in, and he's been awful. He had a terrible week last week in Cleveland. He stinks. I think he's the lowest rated quarterback in the league. Todd Gurley has been completely ineffective the last 3 or 4 weeks. He's done nothing. I think he's trying to hit the rookie wall. Maybe some residual from his injury and having not played for a long time. So I am going to take Arizona -4 at St. Louis this week. I think Arizona's obviously a much better team. What's it called? If St. Louis can't stop the Browns, or how they played, the Bengals last week, they're got some real problems with Arizona, who has a much better receiving core. So I think Arizona -4.
The Blue is taking Carolina. Well, he's really going out on a limb there.
Yeah, I know. I told him that was going to be his big B when we talked yesterday. Before you even told me, I told him that's going to be your big B.
6.5 cover at New Orleans. Anything to say on that?
Yeah, I'm quoting him. He said it's a gut pick. He actually did say that. And he's taking a mulligan for last week. And if he loses, he'll take a mulligan next week.
The Big O is picking again. I'm going to saddle up with the home team, the Buccaneers, at a +1 home against Atlanta. I think the penalties killed them last week. If they can just get a handle on the penalties, I think their field goal kicker killed them. I think he missed two field goals. So yeah, there was also a questionable penalty call. There was a penalty call that I thought shouldn't have went that way, but
yeah, there was some weird penalty.
Yeah, some BS penalty, and
I think it was a pass interference or something.
Yeah,
that was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why we need to go with like you say, all these plays being reviewable.
Yeah,
some of them are so freaking obvious.
They are in Canada. You can review pass interference in Canada in the Canadian Football League.
You should be able to.
End of game situations too, I think should be reviewable. But
Yeah, that's what it was. I think it was a pass interference where it was basically just good for, if you're you're going to the ball, you both have the same right to go for the ball. But so I think the one and didn't Tampa beat Atlanta once this year already?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Lost 5-6.
they're what at 6?
They've lost 5 out of the last 6, Atlanta.
Oh wow! And see, Tampa looked real good the week before. I don't know if Atlanta has any big injuries like Julio Jones or anybody, but I still think that Buccaneers will play this one. They'll get, if it's close. I mean, it's basically a pick 'em. So all they have to do is win. They got a +1. So that's my pick. Big O guarantee. So combined pick week 13.
All right. Our combined pick is the Giants and Jets are playing each other. I don't really know who's home. I think the Jets might be the home team.
No, the Giants are.
Giants are?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Giants are +2. This is what Brian said, because we talked about this yesterday. He said the Giants are going to be mad. They're going to come out, and he thinks they're going to play much harder than they did last week after being just embarrassed and look ridiculous against the Redskins in a pitiful effort. That was very Eagle-esque, I might say. But he thinks they're going to come out with fire and they're going to play hard. And the Jets really haven't been that great. They beat a lousy Miami team last week. But really, since their hot start, the Jets have been nothing special. This could actually be a pretty good game. But we are taking the Giants +2 to win outright.
It's 2.5 now.
Oh, 2.5? Okay.
Yeah. And the Jets favored, right?
Yeah.
So Giants are at a +2.5 at home against the Jets. I don't know how that works out. I guess the Jets people have to scramble for tickets because the Giants season ticket holders are all in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's an extra game for the Jets, though.
But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Guarantee there's going to be a lot of Jets fans there.
Yeah.
Who's QB for the Jets now?
Ryan Patrick.
Well, he's not. He's got experience, right?
Yeah, he's been around for years.
Yeah.
At least a decade, I think.
Wow. There's a lot of old retreads out there these days, isn't there?
Yes, there are. A lot of bad old quarterbacks.
Didn't someone lose betting for or against the Redskins, right? Because that means Cousins must have done pretty well last week, right?
The Giants didn't show up. They were down 21-0, and then their defense decided to show up in the second half. They gave up nothing, and they came back to get within 7 points, make it 21-14.
Oh, God.
And it was like, then they just fell on their face at the end.
Is their coach out after the season?
Who?
Giants coach.
I don't know.
Old red face.
He has won 2 Super Bowls. That does give him something. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he'll coach the Washington team.
So
Right in.
Yeah, he'll go follow up with who's there now? It was Shanny, and then who's after?
Rude.
Oh, Rude's son.
No, it's his brother.
Oh, it's his brother?
Yeah, it's his brother.
Oh, shit, I thought it was his son.
No, they're only like 3 years apart. He got started early then.
I wonder if Rex Ryan's going to bring his brother up to Buffalo.
I don't think so. They play the Eagles next week. It's going to be fun.
Oh, Rex Ryan come back to town?
Yeah, and the whole gang.
Oh, yeah. Right. Short segments.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
Are you for real? Week 13 is Matt Millen apologizing to the Detroit Lions online. Are you for real? That was awesome. That was awesome. That was classic, wasn't he? He says, I'm sorry, Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I like how he said that he probably wasn't qualified to run a football team.
At least he admits it,
Yeah, he said it took until an 0-16 season for them to finally realize that he was terrible and get rid of him.
And then he says, but in his defense, he says, but how could I turn down the job?
Oh, yeah, right? I don't blame him.
They were dumb enough to offer him the job. What's he going to do, say no?
Yeah, what was it? He inherited a team that was 9-7, and he made them so bad that 3 years later, they ended up being 0-16.
And I was going to say now, being that Matt Millen apologized, now we are demanding apologies from Wayne Fonts, Bobby Ross, Barry Sanders, and there's one other one.
Herman Moore.
Yes. So we now have one of many apologies due to Lions. So this is a challenge, the Lions Apology Challenge. This is going to be a rage on Facebook. So I'm challenging Wayne Fonts, Bobby Ross, and Barry Sanders.
What's his name? Marinelli, the guy who actually coached him to that 0-16 season. Rod Marinelli. That's his name.
Oh, and Marty Morningwig. For kicking off in overtime. This is going to be great.
That's a good one.
We're going to be able to do the Lions Apology YouTube video with everybody who owes the Lions an apology apologizing to them. And even Bill Ford owes an apology from the grave, that son of a bitch.
Yes, he does. Maybe that old woman will beat someone up and get you an apology.
You have to apologize to the granny.
That's right.
She sits up there in the box during night games with dark glasses on. Apparently, she wears her sunglasses at night.
Who is she? Corey Hart?
Yeah. She a rapper? She a rapper now?
You don't get the joke, do you?
Oh.
Corey Hart wrote that song, Sunglasses at Night.
Oh, I get it. Nice. That was a good pull. Yeah. Let's have you for real, Danny.
All right, my is you for real over this week is my favorite people I like to beat up, the Cleveland Browns. Their coach is going to be fired anyway, and they stink. And I understand he's had some problems and he's an idiot, but why not just start Manziel at this point? What do they have to win? They're terrible. They're starting with a third-string quarterback. They actually gave a long contract extension to before in the middle of the season for some reason, which I still don't understand. Over some interested teams who might want to trade for him. So you think they'd want to showcase him, try to trade him, and get what they get for him. But typical stupid Cleveland Browns football, they're going to lose anyway. They stink. You might as well try to show off your only tradable commodity that you have to try to get something out of it, and they're not doing it. And this is what, other than maybe the Lions, this might be the worst run organization in professional sports. They're awful. I mean, they were out there with the Miami Marlins. They stink.
He was doing kind of a college football coach routine, where you misbehaved at a party, and now you're going to go to not the reason that he got caught drunk.
Yeah, he said he crossed this point in the past, and if you're not going to be there anyway, and he's probably not going to be there anyway, who cares?
Right.
If you're fired and he's going to be traded, what's the difference? It's not like you're going to build a long-term relationship with each other.
If I were him, I would start Manziel. I would go in as a tight end, and then bring Vic in as a.
Yeah, no, I'll bring that big fat guy with the doggies who goes to the games every year there. He could play guard.
That's what they should do. They should make it the people's team. You have to be Cleveland to be a team now.
Well, as well, it get worse.
When they should bring in like a strike team. Bring in a strike.
A scab team.
Well, they could have a test to see who gets to play each week.
Oh, tryouts. Anyone can join the team.
Yeah, but you'd have to be from Cleveland.
That means you can't go there.
Yeah, that's it.
That'd be funny as hell.
I mean, you're gonna get fired anyway.
Yeah, I know. What's the difference?
As if somebody else is gonna hire that knucklehead coach anyway.
It's true.
He's gonna be coaching a high school team next year.
Well, he'll go back to his roots.
Yeah, he's gonna go back to beating people over the head with clipboards.
I wonder who that could be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so the picks, week 13, are in the book. And for some reason, I just closed the file with all the picks on. So I am picking Tampa, I'm picking Arizona. The Buru is picking Carolina, and the combined pick is the New York Giants. And as always,
score with Big Pick 4.
So what do you got going on today?
I have a friend coming over to games this afternoon.
So Buru doesn't come over for game day?
No, he's too late over here.
He's too lazy to get on a train?
Yeah. Take 2 trains to get here.
Let's see when it's cold.
That's cold.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's like 50 degrees.
Oh, shit. Is the Eagles home today?
No, they're up in New England.
Oh. God, what's the spread on that disaster?
As of yesterday, it was 8.5.
Let's see where that's at today. I guarantee you it's more than that now.
I doubt it.
Oh, it's 8.
Oh, 8.
All the money's piling on to New England too.
It's just
Even at 8, all the money's piling on.
if everyone for New England were healthy,
Yeah,
I think the spread would be a lot higher.
that's what's happening. Exactly.
You know, because this opened up at a minus 13 for New England, and it went down because Gronkowski's not playing, and Amendola's hurt, Edelman's not playing. So if all those guys are playing, it would usually be 2-touchdown favorite, I think.
Oh, so it opened up much higher, and then it's been slowly coming down.
Yeah, it went down 5 points.
Wow.
Still think the New England's going to win.
Well, I still think they're going to cover the 8.
Yeah, so do I.
Is your game a 1 p.m. game or a 4?
4:25. First games we get are today.